Hello and welcome to day 12 of Lifebook's 30-Day Challenge. It's great to have you here with me today. I think it's going to be an amazing day as we explore the category we started yesterday, which is your spiritual life. This is a super deep, powerful category, and today I think we've got a moving exercise that's really going to light you up as a human being and help you make some serious progress in this category. I'd like to begin today's exploration by sharing a really important Lifebook principle with you that we discovered years ago that's going to shed some light on this personal development work that you've been doing and that you'll continue to do over this 30-day challenge. We call it the principle of lifestyle integration. It's really interesting. The principle of lifestyle integration says that personal development principles only work when you integrate them and make them a part of your lifestyle. In other words, if the principles you're learning don't change your behavior, they simply don't work. Most personal development stuff, most seminars and books and programs fail to produce permanent positive results in people's lives. They don't stick the vast majority of the time for the vast majority of the people, and everybody knows that. Everyone inside and outside the industry simply knows that. You can understand the concepts that you're learning intellectually when you go to the seminars and go to the programs and read the books, but that's simply not enough to get results in your life. If what you're learning doesn't change something that you do daily, it's not going to show up in your life. It's simply not going to make any difference. Look, this is the deal in the 21st century. All the wisdom we need is out there. There is simply no shortage of cutting-edge information, business strategies, life-changing advice out there, right? Everything we need to get in perfect physical shape, to build a financial empire, to become a stellar human being in just about any area of our lives, it's right at our fingertips. All we got to do is get on the internet and access it. So the big question is, why isn't everybody already living the life of their dreams? Because as Jacob Sokol puts it, epiphanies are thrilling, but they're cheap. They're a dime a dozen. If you want one, all you got to do is type in the right keywords, and you can get one in about 5 minutes. Yes, those epiphanies are exciting. It's awesome when you have one of those aha moments. It always seems life-altering at the time, but if you take a look at your life a week later, you take a look at your life a month later, did anything really happen? Usually not. Because it's not about what you learn, it's about what you do. Epiphanies fade. In order to leverage those aha moments that you have when you're doing this personal development work, you've got to make changes in your life. They're going to allow you to sustain whatever insight you're getting. If you want to really change something about your life, you've got to change your behavior, or that change just won't last. Now, this principle also applies to the goals that you set. Goal setting is only effective if your goals move you to do something different in your life. All the aspirations you have are going to stay exactly that, aspirations, daydreams, unless you change your behavior in a way that supports them. Every single one of your goals, all the epiphanies that you have, all the paradigm shifts, all those aha moments, they will produce positive change precisely to the extent that you change your daily behavior and integrate them into your lifestyle. And if Lifebook is about anything, it's about lifestyle integration. That's our singular mission. That's where we put all of our intention. Our core purpose is to help you create a life vision for yourself, clear, compelling, amazing life vision, and then integrate that life vision into your everyday life. That's what all of our content's designed to do, all of our challenges, accountability, all of our support, all the connection with the community. Everything we do is designed to driving you to integrate the life vision that you create into your daily behavior, because that's what's going to produce results. That's what's going to lead you to the extraordinary life that you really want to be living. And today, we're going to explore applying the principle of lifestyle integration into your spiritual life so that you can start to understand exactly how powerful this concept is. And we're going to do it with a simple but powerful spiritual exercise that's designed to what? to change your daily behavior, which is the whole focus of this 30-day challenge: better choices, higher quality behaviors. So first, you'll define a specific spiritual goal for the remainder of this 30-day challenge, something that you feel would be really valuable to you in this category and move your life forward. And then once you've done that, you're going to choose a daily practice to support that spiritual goal. And then you're going to practice it every single day during the remainder of this challenge. You're simply going to change one thing that you do daily and watch the results unfold in your spiritual life. There's something interesting about this category. At the end of the day, most of us tend to elevate this category in some way and think that it sort of operates differently than the other categories. And in some respects, it really does. But in most respects, it behaves just like the other categories. It's all about cause and effect. And the truth of the matter is, if you want improvement in any area of your life, no matter what that area is, whether it's your health and fitness or your love life or your financial life, you've got to do something that creates that improvement. You've got to become the cause of the effect that you want. And it's exactly the same with your spiritual life. You can claim that you want to become a more spiritual person, more enlightened, more Christ-like, more self-actualized, more peaceful or loving or giving, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your spiritual life. But the truth is, if you're not willing to change your behavior, it's really nothing but lip service. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to happen. So today what we want to do is we want to invite you to experience the power of the principle of lifestyle integration and create some real results in your spiritual life. So let's take a look at this spiritual exercise now. Step 1, define your spiritual goals. First question we want you to ask yourself is, what would be a great goal for the remainder of this 30-day challenge? So when you think about what your own spirituality means to you, what could you aspire to that'll really allow your spirituality to unfold over the next few weeks? How can you recommit to your own spiritual path? For example, if my spirituality entails the experience of inner peace, I could set a goal to just become more peaceful over the remainder of this challenge, a more content person over the next few weeks, or a more grateful person who's more appreciative for everything that I have in my life, which would what? It would lead me toward more inner peace. If my view of spirituality entails a focus on giving, on contributing to others and making the world a better place, I could set a goal to give more in the coming weeks, to really try to make a difference in people's lives, or to get involved in an organization that's doing something that I believe in. If my view of spirituality entails a commitment to self-actualization, to becoming the best person I can possibly be, I could set a personal development goal for my spiritual life. This actually works great. I could identify some character traits that I want to cultivate within myself that would literally help me become a better person. Maybe I need more compassion in my life. Maybe I need to forgive someone and to heal a relationship, or to forgive myself. Maybe I need to cultivate more self-discipline as part of my spiritual journey. So the question is, what goal could I set that would help me become a better, more self-actualized person over the remainder of this challenge? Try to identify your highest spiritual leverage point here. What goal could you set that would just really move your life forward in this category? So after you've set your spiritual goal, the next thing that we want you to do is we want you to choose a daily practice that will support that goal, and then practice it every single day during the remainder of this challenge. And that's where the power of this exercise really kicks in. Ask yourself, what behavior could I integrate into my life to ensure that my spiritual aspiration that I've identified becomes a reality? Because if you want to create changes that stick in the spiritual category, or any other category for that matter, this is the way to do it. You've got to change something that you do daily. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share a powerful list of spiritual disciplines and practices from the Lifebook community that we've collected over the years that are going to support just about any goal that you could set in this category. And I'd like you to either choose a practice from this list, or of course you can feel free to come up with your own practice. So here are some great spiritual practices submitted to us by Lifebook members over the years. You could choose the spiritual practice of forgiveness. Gandhi had a great quote about forgiveness. He said, The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Isn't that the truth? It takes strength to let go of the baggage that you've been carrying around and truly forgive someone. And forgiveness is one of the most powerful spiritual practices of all of them. Whatever it is that we're feeling, whether it's anger or resentment or hurt, forgiveness is the path to a lighter heart. It's the path to increased happiness and a greater sense of inner peace. So for the remainder of this challenge, you could commit to practicing forgiveness every single day. Just spend a small amount of time, quality time with yourself every morning, just a minute or two, and quiet your mind, scan your emotional state for pockets of negativity. And when you find one of those pockets, just take a moment and try to identify the root source of that pain. Are you feeling angry at someone? Are you feeling resentful at somebody else? Or maybe are you feeling angry toward yourself for something? And then once you've identified that, just take a moment and radiate total forgiveness on the problem. And odds are it's going to completely melt away, or at least start to melt away. The spiritual practice of forgiveness is amazingly powerful. It can totally change your life. You could choose the spiritual practice of meditation for the remainder of this 30-day challenge. The great poet Rumi said, "The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear." See, our minds, which are our primary tools of survival, they're programmed to constantly be active. They're always looking forward. They're always questioning, always sort of planning the next step or anticipating this or that. This is how we stay alive. Very, very valuable. But oftentimes, as Buddha put it, our minds can be like drunken monkeys jumping from tree to tree, chattering incessantly and redundantly. And so that's why so many great spiritual disciplines teach that there's got to be a balance between thinking and just quieting your mind, silence. If you want to experience inner peace, harmony, self-mastery, or any of that stuff, meditation is a great tool to use to create that balance. As Deepak Chopra said, meditation is a way of entering into the quiet that's already there, buried under the 50,000 thoughts that an average person thinks every day. So during the remainder of this challenge, you could commit to practicing meditation every single day. You could choose the spiritual practice of spending time in nature. Now, this is a little bit unexpected, but the fact of the matter is, Americans spend 90% of their time indoors. 90%! We spend so much time confined in buildings of steel and concrete and brick that we forget where we came from. We belong in nature. Our souls need to be outdoors and breathe fresh air, listen to the beautiful sound of nature, be around trees, feel the warm sun on our skin, feel the grass underneath our feet. It feels so good to the entire human organism to be outside. So over the next couple weeks, you could commit to spending time in nature every single day. And this is an amazing thing to do. I've done it. And you not only want to get outside, you want to make it a conscious experience. You want to breathe the fresh air and feel the sun on your skin, feel the earth under your feet, listen to the birds, maybe bring some of your activities outside. Instead of exercising at the gym, maybe go out for a long run or for a bike ride. Do your reading outside. Do, your work outside if you can. Or plant a garden. Whatever it takes, get a dialogue going between yourself and this beautiful world that we live in. It's a fantastic way to connect with your spirituality, to connect with nature. Another spiritual practice you could choose for the remainder of this challenge is the practice of giving, the practice of contribution. Giving of yourself to others, it's one of the fundamental pillars of spirituality. Every great religion teaches it. And it's every bit as beneficial to you as the giver as it is to the receiver. There's just a huge payoff for caring about and for giving to others. And we can often be a little bit blind to that payoff if we're totally consumed with ourselves and our own lives. Giving to others creates an internal sense of goodness. It creates an internal sense of significance and value, which are foundational qualities for self-esteem and for inner peace, which is why it just ties back into spirituality so well. every time you interact with someone, you have the opportunity to give some kind of value to that person, whether it's you're giving a thing, money, a gesture, a kind word. You can give generously and directly from your heart, and you can share a part of yourself with someone else. And as the joy of giving flows out of you, new riches always flow in. New riches always fill your life. St. Anthony said, "The more you give, the more you have. The more water you draw, the more abundant is its flow." So you could commit to giving to others every single day through the end of this challenge. And just think about what that would do for your life. It would be amazing. Another spiritual practice you could choose for the remainder of this challenge is the practice of self-acceptance, one of the most powerful practices of any kind. The single most important relationship in your entire life, bar none, is the relationship you have with yourself. It's the core of your entire life experience, a place from which all other relationships start. Simply put, in order to accept and love others, we've first got to learn how to accept and love ourselves. As Ayn Rand said, to say I love you, one must first know how to say the I. We can learn to treat ourselves with the same kind of love and respect that we give to others, which is very, very hard for some people. It's been hard for me in my life. If we can learn how to judge ourselves less harshly and how to welcome our emotions more freely into our lives, to find inner joy in being exactly who we are, even with all of our imperfections, then and only then can we experience true happiness and true spiritual harmony. So you may just set a goal for this month to just be kinder to yourself. Just release a little bit of self-doubt and self-criticism every day. Be willing to embrace your own faults instead of pushing them down so that you can learn from them and so that you can grow past them. Marcus Aurelius said something incredibly wise about this subject. He said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the whole universe." So over the next couple weeks, during the course of this challenge, you could commit to self-acceptance every single day, and that would be a game changer. So those are just a few of the spiritual practices that you could choose from for this challenge. Or, again, feel free to pick your own, like committing to your morning affirmation every morning, which is one of my favorites, or spending some time reading the Bible, or practicing gratitude, or writing in your gratitude journal, or simply focus on being happy every single day, consciously, as a discipline. Whatever you choose, the key is do it. Take action. Make a 100% commitment to practicing the spiritual discipline that you've chosen every single day. It's as simple as that. That's how to get this stuff to work. And you should expect change, real change, to happen in your life. Your life has to change. If you do something different, that's the way that it works in any category. When you change your daily behavior, you are going to be changing your life. So have fun with this exercise. I think it's going to be really, really profound for you. Okay, now before I leave you today, I just really want to congratulate you because today's program wraps up your first 5 categories. Your personal life, where we deeply explored you separate from the rest of the world. And tomorrow we're going to be switching gears. We're going to be exploring the relationship categories for the next few days, and we're going to start by looking at your love relationship. Now, it doesn't matter where you are in this category of your life right now, whether you're in a great relationship or a difficult relationship or none at all. The fact is, you have the potential to have more in this category than you've ever dreamed possible, and here's why. Because your personal life is the foundation of a great relationship. It's literally half the game, and that's a game that you're already winning. You obviously have the courage to look deeply at yourself and your personal life and to work on yourself, or you wouldn't even be here. You've taken the initiative to improve yourself, and that means that you have the potential for great things in the next category, because any great relationship, including your love relationship, starts with a great you. So tomorrow's going to be a fascinating exploration. It's going to be a totally exciting experience. Until then, keep up the good work. Do your spiritual exercise. Make that commitment to your spiritual practice. And I'll see you tomorrow where we're going to explore the love relationship category together.